sit down and relax. There are, hey, Sri Ved, you are one of the worst human being God produced. And that is his tragedy, not mine. Now what? Okay? Is that all right? The volume is not right. I'm not going to yell and scream. Give me a pitch without echo. No, the echo is more now. Reduce it. All right, now you're fine. Everybody can hear it? Ha! No, you are still have echo. Cut the echo down. 1, 2, 3, testing, is that okay? That's the way he draw attention. Mess it up the whole thing, and then re-correct it, and mess up the whole class. And he knows that I cannot stand electronic mismanagement. You know that. You're okay now? All right, there are things to be said and things not to be said. We may appreciate certain things because it will serve our ego, but we may be afraid of things which will not serve the facts and reality in us. This is the age of Aquarius, it's not a Piscean age. And according to the facts of life, you shall not be anybody but individuals. No sports system will work. The human system of knowledge will be on the press of a button, and computer will provide everything which a man shall need. And this huge knowledge which man will have, it will be very difficult if you are mentally not right to digest it and be with it. Knowledge is a very dangerous thing. Please remember that. It's not something. Ignorance is bliss. But sooner or later, what's going to happen is man will press the button and he will know anything he wants to know, but just putting few combination and that's it. Now that we cannot stop. In the name of civilization and progress and whatever you want to call it, this is going to happen. It will be so bad that you would like to die and you can't. You can be extended beyond your situation to that point. So what humanity has to go through these changes in this age of Aquarius will be worth something we had to. But there is a one thing we can do. Whether we like it or not, we can develop ourselves in a caliber. You may develop yourself spiritually to be kind and compassionate, to be nice, to be faithful, to be Christian, to be Jews, to be Muslims, to be Hindus, to be Sikhs. I don't know what you want to do. But one thing more you can do is that you can have a caliber where you can have depth, width, height, and strength. Where you are not emotional, not commotional, not short or shallow, your relationship is, it gives everybody a trust, faith. You're not a flirt. You're not lying. You're not playing games. Not what you said yesterday is not true. There has to be a width. Then there has to be a strength. There has to be a depth. And every human has to value another human as made in God, not that he's my puppet, he's my friend, he's my territory. You understand what I'm saying? Does it sink in? Nobody will be anybody's puppet. And nobody will walk into the planning and strategy of another person. It shall be absolutely free, and people will not ask for wisdom. They will ask for applied consciousness. It's a new word. You'll ask, I want to know what is the interpretation of this thing in the effectual fact in compared to my life, into my frequency, as I want to see it. Not the rosy picture which everybody gives. Now, let me tell you about Muslim religion, which I always enjoy to quote. Let's talk Quran. No, I'm because I have read scriptures, therefore I have a pretty good idea. A Muslim is not supposed to have wine on this earth. And he cannot have more than 4 wives. No, that's a very reasonable restriction. He cannot have wine and he will not have more than 4 wives. But he's promised if he lives as a good Muslim, he will have as many young girls in heavens as he wants, and the rivers will be flowing with wine, and he can have boys in addition to the girls. I mean, it's a scriptural truth. They may hide it from you, but this is a written stuff. Similarly, a Hindu is not supposed to take beef. You understand that? Hindu is not supposed to have beef because question is we are not directly, the human body is not made, scientifically speaking, it's not made to take direct protein. That's the tragedy of it. And the moment you take direct protein, forget it. Your metabolism will give up on you so fast that you can't believe it. That's why vegetarians live very slow and have absolutely iron shortage, but they live so long that they can't even die. That's the question they all, this is how it is. But he's not supposed to have beef, but he can drink milk. And Muslim is not supposed to have pork. And neither the Jews take pork. Because this animal is some way blessed and he can be saved from being koshered. And there's a situation, thou shalt not kill, but thou shalt kosher everybody, including a human. Can you believe the interpretation? Thou shalt not kill is the direct commandment. But thou shalt kosher everybody. Thou shalt kosher your wife, you can bob those things. She did it. It's a very, it's a very funny word today. So what I'm trying to explain to you is that it's not practical to have a beef and not have a pork, but Christian eats both, and for him it's all guaranteed to heaven. So it is not what is right, what is wrong, it is the way you think, or you have been made to think. You understand? And that is a Piscean age. But when you reach the age of Aquarius, sooner or later, this is a cusp year. When you cross these 25 years, then there will be not a matter of what you are being told and asked to believe and what you understand. You will be just you. There will be a husband, but there will be no husband. There will be you. There will be a wife, but no wife. There will be a you. There will be a man, but no man, but you. The identical element identity shall only be practiced, experienced, and enjoyed. No other teaching will be valid for the mankind. There'll be such a humongous gap of sports system that people will go crazy, empty, and you will see in another 10 years, tons of suicides, tons of killings. Life will not mean anything. Not that it's not important, life is not important to each other and all of us because of that situation. So you are talking about crime and carjacking and hijacking and killing and this and that. It's just not abnormal. Because individual is seeking its own individuality, and anything which comes in the way, the individual wants to react, and sometimes violently. So please understand what we are going through is the change between the Piscean age and the age of Aquarius. Aquarius age is the age of knowledge. Now everybody says, how everybody become knowledgeable overnight? It's very simple. Put a computer, put TRW, no, code number such and such, available or not, yes, allow, set the key set, give the code number, code allowed, set. Bill charge, card number, what do they call it, plastic card? Credit card. So you'll put in your credit card number, name, and the information. Page after page, you could have it as good as you want. Sex will become mechanical and perfect because this wonderful green monkey diet, which is called AIDS, which everybody is afraid of, and it's going to multiply. It's not going to stop. And no government has funds and education systems set to let people know that what it can do and what it can't. They do tell you that this is practical and this is not practical. Actually, it's a membrane disease. It is transportable between the membranes, and it's a matter of moment when you can get it. And they are going to find medicine which will be worse than the disease itself. So, technically speaking, everybody is going to just say, wait a minute, why not to spend $10 and enter a situation and be totally satisfied and relax. After all, what is a sex? It's a pituitary adjustment. Yeah, kisses and hugs is just a game of mucus, big deal. Why not? No, listen to this. This is how you are going to look at it. Not right now. Right now, love is a great thing. I made love, la 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 la. I know your la la land. I'm telling you what you are going to look at it. It is how you're going to look at it. When in the 60s, people started having a marijuana, I used to talk to these kids. Oh, I went on a trip. It was now it is a dub. It's nothing. The whole, that big camouflage of this and whole thing is gone. There's nothing to it now. It was a great deal then. Oh my God. I remember there was about 7, 8 kids in New Mexico. It took them 14 days to prepare themselves to have a puff of marijuana. And I said to them, if you had done yoga 14 days, they would have been more high than this. But they didn't. They have to go through all this. And then they were just depressed like in hell because somebody mixed it or something with it. And then they were with me. It took me about 2 months to clear them out. And that's how terrible it was. But in the beginning, when I saw them preparing, as the ritual was so set in, and this guy who was taking them on a trip, it was unbelievable. Every stone in that area was to be washed. Can you believe that? And they did it in the river, in Rio Grande. And then everything has to be lined. Because then they are going to see the angels, and angels are going to walk through, and the clouds are going to come. And I used to study that, enjoy it. I used to have a TP too, so I wanted to know exactly what is going on. Technological folks, let's cut it to the barest truth. Technological and sociologically, you have to face the world of your own. Nobody's going to face it for you. And you have to develop two areas, the front lobe and the upper palate. Upper palate is developed by japa, and frontal lobe is developed by meditation. Rest is a pure talk. The third thing is that you live by the breath of life. So if you can make your breath, one breath a minute, and if you have breath granted by God, say for 20 years, apply it by 15 and live. Simple as that. It's total mathematical. There's nothing special or secretive about it. And as Guru Gobind Singh in his statement say, Alapahar Sulupsi Nindra, take a nap, sleep, and eat which can be digested and come out of your body in 24 hours. Any food you eat, immaterial. But when you eat, within 24 hours, it must leave your body. Out. And sleep is, moment you turn your neck, you are gone, and you wake up, you are fresh. It can be 5 minutes or 30 minutes. And 8 hours you sleep at night, you only sleep 30 minutes. Nobody sleeps more than that. Rest is dreams and crawling and cuddling and hugging and thinking. And tonight, our subject is love. Correct? Okay. Now, how many of you know love? Raise your hands. This is a very protesting class. It doesn't make any sense. You are not even participating. Okay, I am going to trap you anyway, whether you like it or not. But basically, factual thing is, I'll give you an experience which you'll never forget. I came here to teach these few classes only for that idea. Do you know what love is? Love is the absolute power of self-totality. Love is not what you call love is. Love is a strength. Love is a goodness like godliness. There's no limit to it. There's no shortage in, no bargaining. Where there's a love, there's no question. There is a question, there's no love. Then it becomes business. So love is the totality of the self. And you do fall in love. You know, when you fall in love, and when you sometimes freak in love, the pain, the pull of the love is worse than the hook in a whale. It takes your heart out. Human psyche and human physical both tremble under it. You may recover, you may not recover. That's a different second idea. Making love is a different story. That's just putting few herbs together and having fun. And friendship is the two ships who decide not to offend each other. And you know what I mean? A relationship is a relay to each other as it suits to you. I relay my truth, you relay your truth. I interpret the way I want it, you want to interpret the way you want it. We lie to each other 99.9%. And it's straight lie. There's no truth in it. You are not competent to speak truth. Impossible. You have an elementary personality, then you have a work personality, and then you have fantasy. Which is who is speaking to who? First of all, three in you speaks to each other. Then out of three, one speaks to the other person. And out of the three of the other person, one receives it. So you do not know where the postcard is written and where is received. Look at the truth. Basically, if you really want to understand the truth, who spoke to who and which part of you spoke to which part? You understand? Was it your fantasy you were talking about? Or it was your elementary personality? Person you talk to, whether that person work personality received it or elementary personality. Got the idea? There is a trinity in you to start with. Until this trinity is brought to unisonness of an experience of consciousness as a human, and your frontal lobe is raised to eliminate duality, you will never find who you are. And when you do not know, my dear friend, who you are, how you know who is somebody else is? And who's fooling who? But we do talk to each other and we love each other, we relate to each other, we require that little rub, little warmth. We want to know. Otherwise, if love can be purchased, everybody should have paid it by $1,000 a pound, It doesn't work that way. It's not practical. So tonight we would like to give you an experience of love within yourself so that you can understand your growth and you can understand how much you love yourself to find yourself. My dear folks, if you cannot find yourself, you can never find anybody you want to find. These things which I am saying looks very odd, but these are the facts of life. Our relationship and our communication is just to pass time. And our being emotional and commotional is to mark the space. That is how humans understand time and space. By emotions, by feelings, by commotions, etc., etc., etc. And God is imagination. Some guy on the 7th story somewhere, huge and big and nice and wonderful. Actually, when you sit on the bathroom, what come out of it is exactly God. What you talk about. And if you do not consider your poop is God, then your papa is not God either. When I said that in a Sacred Heart convent to my Mother Superior, she flipped. Papa means Pope. And I said, Mother Superior, if poop is not God, then Papa is not God also. And she said, never speak like that about His Holiness. I say, He has 9 holes as I have, and you have no right to tell me to shut up. And that was my first Catholic experience. I had no guilt, and she was injecting me left and right with it. My first, what they call, experience, contraband experience. Authority is within you. And acceptance of authority within you is the power of your spirit, your soul. That's why you can't surrender. You can't. Because you have a logic and reason time and space. You have four things. You can't surrender. You can only surrender when you have total spirit in it. And when you surrender, then your spirit takes over, you live very pure. Then God take care of you. So when you read in scripture and if you surrender, that doesn't mean cut off your neck. That doesn't mean lie flat and let everybody walk over you. That surrender means only, thou shalt not give your ego a chance. And when you don't have an ego, then everybody's amigo. Then there's no black, no white, there's no young, there's no old, no sick, no healthy, then absolutely nothing. Moment you become zero, the one, the Creator, will stand with you. You shall live as 10. And that's what they call is opening the 10th gate. But first you have to become zero. I always give that example. One day I was with some very reliable friend and a very great person. 4 o'clock, the person became itchy. And he said, Yogi ji, please, Your Holiness, you got to give me 1 hour permission to go. I said, well, what is the hurry? Just we'll leave in an hour or so, I have to go too. He said, no, that's not true. You give me 1 hour and I'll come back. I said, okay, I'll do something else. You go for an hour. It's all right. And when after an hour the person came, I said, what happened? Oh, I have to feed my cats and dog. I cracked up. I said, who's the master and who's the puppet? I mean, you have to go all the way to Valley to feed your dog and cat. He said, yeah, between 4 and 5 I always feed them. So I thought, if I leave 4 o'clock, half an hour ago, I just put their food and water there, I came back. And I said, now, these dogs and cats he has are his masters, and he is unpaid, humble servant. And that's a track record of all of you. Isn't that relationship? Wife and husband. Husband is always afraid of wife. Wife is always afraid of husband. True? There's no love. Children are afraid of parents. Parents are afraid of children. So love doesn't rule you. What rules you is fear. Fear of each other. Phobia. Phenomenal phobia. So let us see if love can be invoked and fear can be reduced. All right? All right. Let's do the job. Wow. This is my right hand. Like a good Christian, I'll bless myself. And you know that point where your head was soft when you were born? Remember that spot? Here? It has to be about 6 to 9 inches above that. You have to sit straight and you have to put this head there. Accurate? Correct? And this is your left hand. This is first time you are doing this kriya. It's called reversal. Adi Shakti kriya is a very powerful kriya. Please remember this. I am teaching in my last days all those high technical sacred things. So you may not say, well, I'm not there and I didn't teach you well. This hand will have this degree and this will hand like a blessing myself. It is just to correct my aura. And this hand will be just exactly as it is blessing the universe as large. And you will close your eyes, please. And roll your eyes and look at your chin, the moon center. Very graciously. Absolutely. And finally just start kissing your breath. Breathe long and deep, but with a feeling. with a hug kind of feeling. Breathe you must, but don't breathe unconsciously. Kindly breathe consciously, please. Kindly bless yourself, then you're not expecting from anybody the blessing. Bless you, bless your ancestors, and bless those who have to come after you. Whether you can produce a child or not, don't worry about it. This blessing is not a social phenomena you are doing. You are exactly mentally, hypnotically blessing yourself. It shall affect the magnetic field and it will hurt you if you are an angry person. Well, I'm very sure about it. Self-help for those who are angry is very difficult. So please try to bless yourself and consciously do it consciously, remind yourself, and breathe very consciously. If you cannot bless yourself, then nobody can bless you. Take it granted. And if the circumstances are hard and you don't want to bless, or you do not have physical capacity to bless it against odd. Better you bless yourself so that you can be into the physical realm. When you bless, then heavens will bless you. Don't worry about it. I'm looking at the time. Try it authentically. Please breathe consciously, slowly, long and deep, and affectionately. If you are really doing it, it will change the taste of your mouth. That's one sign. We shall be doing it for 11 minutes. "11 minutes, not very long, and you have been practicing very long, but it will start hurting you now. There's nothing I can do. In a normal case, after 5 minutes, it should start letting you know how much pizza you have eaten, how much double cheese you had, all those things. Because your muscles and its formation will start hurting because of the fact of your wrong diet. Nothing wrong about it. And when you are going to have pain, then brain will produce morphine, anti-pain secretion. And if those ducts are open, then you can develop endurance. That's the way people exercise. If one has to do 120 jumps, he will do 121. That one is that final addition to create a morphine from the brain to excrete so that your capacity to endure. And it is not only physical endurance. Once you know how to physically endure, you can mentally endure, then you can spiritually endure. There are three endurance which are essential for you. And you should not hesitate to create that endurance. And this angle of the hand is so powerful to hurt. And by now, I don't think anybody is there who is not pretty good hurting. Because after 7 minutes is the limit. If you're done for 7 minutes, forget it. Next 4 minutes is just living through the hell. Well, this is the way it is. I must say our elders who made these kiryas must have measured everything. They knew better. So kindly let us suffer together. I used to have a colleague of mine who used to do this exercise. He used to breathe 11 times only in 11 minutes. He was so good a practitioner. Keep going. Wow, I think you have a minute and a half left. Not much. Maybe second exercise will be worse than this. So enjoy this as much as you can. Ready for the last minute, please? Do your best. Breathe as slowly as you can. 20 seconds in, 20 seconds hold, 20 seconds out. Just one breath can help you better so you can have an experience. Steady. Now please inhale deep, hold the breath and stretch your both hands straight forward, palm towards the ground. Right solid straight forward, yeah. And stretch it hard. And breathe long, deep and slowly. Keep the hands there, it will give you your heart a strength to avoid a heart attack. And open up the heart chakra. The palms must be towards the ground, please. Remember that, towards the magnetic field. And arms straight. It is 3 minutes only you have to go through, and it will be really a burning hell. It's not something you would like to do. If you breathe slowly, that will be help. I'm telling you scientifically as it is written so that you may know scriptural definition of it. Yeah, steady, standardize, stretch as much you can. Hold tight. Breathe long, slow and deep. And get rid of the disease. It will help you between neck and to the navel point. It looks very easy. I know it is not easy. I understand it. Don't misunderstand. I do it myself, so I know it. One more minute and we'll be off of it. If you would not have loved yourself, you could not have done it. Now slowly please inhale deep and raise your hand up straight. Straight up and breathe long and deep. Straight up, keep them straight up. Don't bend the elbow. And it's not going to be any long, another 2 minutes you will be off, so it's not a big deal. Stretch, it is difficult than the first and the second. You will bend your elbow. That's the tragedy of this exercise. No bent in elbow, I repeat. For these remaining 2 minutes, no bent in elbow. Let the hand shake, let the body shake, let the spine adjust. Let you go through what you go through. Straight up, steady. It will change your entire metabolism and your physical body and your muscles and your spine, the whole set. But don't let the elbow bent, doesn't matter what. Beat it. Half more minute left, so don't lose. "15 seconds there to go. Keep up. Straight. Straight means straight. You know what I mean straight? Straight means straight. English. Inhale deep. Deep. Hold tight. Stretch. With the hand strength, lift the whole butts all the way up to the spine. Go. Fire out. Inhale deep again. Deep, deep. Tight it. And now do everything to lift up. Fire out. Inhale deep. Deep. Hold tight. Now please squeeze your body and try to lift your body up. Doesn't matter what you have to do. Bring all your nerves into activity. Everything. Relax. Didn't we do it? Wow. Now listen to this. It was 11 minutes and 3 minutes and 3 minutes. You can't spare that many minutes in your life. "11 minutes and 4, 3 and 3, 6, how many it comes to? Is 17 minutes you cannot spare for yourself in 24 hours? We didn't ask you to chant any mantra. We didn't ask you to do anything, did we? This is the basic element thing. It will totally change you inside out. It will give you self-consciousness, self-experience, self-love. And then you can love everybody. Question is not to become an object or a subject. Question is to become total. So long you are an object and subject, action and reaction, you will never understand what resurrection is. Higher you go, little things looks. Lower you are, worse it is. You understand? If the pain and the tragedy and calamity is among us, and you laugh at it, then what it can do to you? Nothing. But if there's a little thing, that's it. You got it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand this kriya? It is exactly 6 minutes and 11 minutes, not a minute more, not a minute less. And if you do not know how to do it yourself, sit before a mirror. That will give you company. But unfortunately, in all the three kriyas, you have to keep your eyes closed, so it won't be help. You have to look at chin center, moon center. What I am trying to request you as human being to human being or a person to person is the age of Aquarius is bringing unexpected changes. So we should develop our strength and our talent and our IQ and our intelligence and our consciousness to face it gracefully. It's a time to be patient, to listen to each other. It's a time to be loved to each other. It's a time to be kind to each other. It's a time to not treat anybody in any way, form, and to be shallow. It's a time to say hello. This is a change time. Because not only you, everybody is going to be lonely. And you are a part of that cycle of loneliness. Therefore, you would like to create a relationship as a time to agree, time to listen, time to cooperate. It is time to trust. Love without trust does not exist. Love is a trust strength. Trust is the test of love. When you love, you trust each other. When you don't, you don't. So don't camouflage the word love when you don't trust each other. Be creative. I'll be here through this week, and I'll invite you all, good, bad, pink, yellow, green, black, white, tan, untanned, whatever you are, to the 10th of the Baisakhi. It's a spring season where the purity and piety is born. It's the birthday of the Khalsa. I'd like to invite you all, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, belief, nothing else. We'll have a fun. And I'll be teaching another class, I think. Thursday night. Thursday night I would like to teach the pituitary meditation. That's what I just prepared today. And you may have a very great urgency to do some other many things which are important, but do hesitate not to come on Thursday. And go along with me to go through that so that it can also become your experience. I may stay in LA thereafter if I have to, for medical reasons, but I'll not be teaching. That is definite. So within this week, if anybody who has something to talk to me or consult me and I have to talk to somebody, we'll try to make maximum out of this time. But after Sunday, I'm supposed to go on a medical rest. That's what it's all about. And I'm grateful to you for your love and prayers that I could teach the class tonight. I just faced an experience a week or so ago when I knew it, that it's time for me to hand over and time for you to take over. But unfortunately for me, you think I am everlasting, physical, unwreckable, undieable, I'm just, I do not know what the hell you think I am. I am also, I take bath, I go to bathroom, I brush my teeth, I'm just like you. I have nothing special in me, simply I'm just a good actor. I act very tense and everything, but I'm inside, I'm very relaxed because I know that God takes care of the earth, it rotates it, so it takes care of my routine, it's fine with me. My divinity, knowledge, wisdom, whatever you call, is based on one line. I am made in God. He made me his best. If he didn't, then he was idiot, I am wise. So you have to create that relationship of oneness with God. You cannot have God stretch it somewhere else and you are somewhere else. God made you the best. He could have, he should have, he has, therefore it is. If he created you worst and somebody you think is best, it is his comparative understanding that he created thorn and a rose. But rose and thorn are two interdependent entities. He created the neck, he created somebody to be pain in the neck. You know what I'm saying? Whole thing is a comparative study. He creates about 100,000 idiots to create one wise person. And that is how, it is his permutation combination. But it doesn't mean 100,000 idiots are really idiots. They are very wise to play the role of an idiot. See how hard it is to be an idiot. I mean, try to understand from their point of view. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at your point of view. If somebody is wrong and you caught it, try to understand how painful it is to be wrong. And if you caught it, and see how wrong you are that you couldn't forgive it. Share with me this. I mean, it's all right, somebody is deadly wrong. Okay, bad, terrible, miserable, good. And you got to know that somebody is very wrong, correct? And see how wonderfully blunderous you are that you couldn't even forgive it or ignore it or acknowledge it. If somebody is wrong, you couldn't teach it. It means you have no discipline. The most difficult thing in human life is test of one's own discipline, not somebody's discipline. If you are not your own disciple, and your own discipline is not stronger than you have hardly any chance to be happy. All pain in this world comes to those who have no self-superior discipline. And it is not somebody's discipline being imposed on you. That's not the discipline. Discipline is your own discipline for yourself and your conscious discipline. Forgiveness is not an act of carelessness. Forgiveness is an act of consciousness. You know it is wrong, know it is being wrong, and you have understood it is wrong, but you don't touch it. Caring is that person always has done you wrong and is going to do you wrong, but you still care to do right. Compassion is you don't think about it. It's automatically that you are good and great and nice. And you cover to the maximum. So please understand these human values. And you are not an animal. Animals have impulse living. You have a conscious living. So therefore, technically, let us be very creative about it. Meet you the next class, right? May the long time O my humble soul, far away into the existence of the Maya and the Tattvas of the planet Earth, into the consciousness of all other human beings with love and devotion, to cause and effect, give me the harmony, the humility, the strength and the divinity to serve. May I serve without question, may I live without answers. May I trust God. May I see everyone His as I see myself to be, and give me the strength and height of love, in which all are God and good. In the goodness of that I may live in peace and harmony. Bring us together as human in the light and the divinity. Satnam. Thank you very much, and God bless you all. Now we have some present to see. Nobody's birthday cookies? Nothing? Is it not right month for birth? Oh, hello. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This will all go to the altar. Take care of it. Get going. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Finally. Oh, wow. May the long time, son. Yeah. Why don't you sing it? Let us sing long time sunshine upon us. Thank you. Finally he sent it. He's not bad boy. Thank you. That's from our friend. Hello. Hello. You have forgotten us. By going to Barcelona, we sent it for love. Huh? You are blessed anyway. Oh my God. Chinese dragon. Oh, there's a lot of language on it, man. Yeah, it is almost a language which I have to interpret. Thank you. Oh wow, where she got this? Where are you? Where you got this? Huh? Oh, you would have told me, I'd have picked it myself. Thank you very much. It is Bhagavati. Can you show it to me? Can you show it? It is the Ashtapuja, goddess which is worshipped not in the sense you understand, but in personification. It rides on the tiger, means the ego, and it has 8 hands, which is required of a normal woman. Oh, my shoes came. Hey, Deva, that's it? We got him. Okay. Huh? I know, that's special. Okay, thank you. This I wear on the Baisakhi day, just to remember. This has to go to Espinola to be gold-plated. I was looking for this for a long time. I found it, now I'll 24 karat gold-plated, send you the bill, don't worry about it. And thank you for this. Ours was lost but was found. But this I wanted to keep in the archives as a design. That was the idea. And this is it. This is the letter. How are you? I understand you are going to stay with me now onward? Oh, this is Kundalini. Oh, yeah. Where you got this, guys?
I made it to your specifications. Exhibit the snake on it, has small stands.
It's a beautiful. It's a art. Show me that. Sundar, what are you looking? Look at this. Come. This you got? Or you made it?
That's from Wakaru Singh and Hari Kirankar, and you asked me to make the stand that it goes on.
They gave it to you in December.
I show you this. Come. Oh, yeah. See for yourself this. You understand that? Art? Yeah, this is all right. Oh, New York. Thank you. Correct. All right. No birthday and no cookies. So, you know what should we have done? We should have got the fortune cookies and distributed it. Okay, next class will be. Correct? Whose birthday? Oh, yeah, Baisakhi, birthday of the Khalsa, right? Huh? Oh, Naranjan's birthday is Thursday. We'll have what they call is we'll have fortune cookies also, along with everything. There are a lot of people here. I have seen them after a long time. Recognize faces. All right, now go home. Go to sleep.
I got it. Robbie.
How are you? Doing very good? How are you, blessed son? Oh, this is your mala? All about you. How's business doing? How's my children, grandchildren? I will be there to serve you. I like the oldest one. I need that.